Today we have a video suggested by SpartyPants, so thank you very much to you. In this video I asked my community through the community section on YouTube, through a poll, what is some bad habits that you have in game. The example I gave was the one that I have. A lot of you guys have noticed this on stream. I right click like absolutely crazy for no reason whatsoever. It's ridiculous, there's no need for it, but I don't know what it is. This may come from playing things like Dota 2, League of Legends maybe, right-clicking all the time. I don't know. Maybe it's something because I like to keep busy. Who knows? But is it a habit? Yes, I do it all the time. I can't stop. People notice it on stream, so I figured I would ask you guys. This is the second time I've done this, so we're looking for new things as well. What are some bad habits that you guys have in-game? Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's get started. Oh, by the way, you can probably minimize this if you want to just listen in the background. There's just background footage of me PVMing while we look at the comments. Let's go. Okay, our first comment comes from Alicat, and you say, I sell my gear. I sold my Crit Bloom to buy an Easy K. It's the freaking melee two-hander, can't pronounce it, so it is what it is. Only to sell it after 20 minutes to buy back Crit Bloom at a 100 mil loss. Please no. Please no. So many people do this. Guys, don't sell gear to buy gear. Use the gear you've got to buy different gear. If you want to change from magic to range, make sure that it's either 100% what you want to do, or use the magic gear to get the stuff to get range gear, okay? PVM with what you've got, then upgrade from that. Don't do this, because if you then do it and change your mind and regret it, you end up losing money. Selling gear to buy gear and then selling that gear to buy gear, you'll always end up losing money. There may be one situation now and then where the price jumps for some stupid reason, like when Staff of Armadyl went to 10 bill, you may make a profit. It may happen. Chances are it's not going to happen though. Don't do this, guys. Stop it. This next comment comes from Franlev. You say, I'm having trouble shaking off the habit of bringing a full inventory of sharks to a boss fight instead of other useful items, such as vulnerability bombs. Okay, so this is something that you can just kind of change, right? So I'm kind of wondering if this is maybe not a habit in the sense of like, oh crap, look, I'm at the boss fight and this is all I've brought, and more a habit of maybe you are not feeling as confident as you could be with this sort of stuff, and you're thinking there's a lot of items to bring, and so you just don't sort of push yourself to learn it. So what I would suggest you do here is make some presets. Now, if you have a boss that you are going to go to, I have a video which I'll try and remember to link down in the description, but basically there's going to be the same sort of basic preset that you take to most bosses. Blade Die Switch, vulnerability bombs, weapon poison if it's available, and then things like extras, just extra stuff that you're going to be taking to most bosses, like your planted feet switch, all that sort of stuff, adrenaline potions, overloads. So what I'll do is I'll link that, make a preset, a base preset, and then whenever there's a boss you're going to learn, you load that base preset, which will have all the stuff in there already, and then you just add your food to that, okay? That's what you want to do. Any extras you need to take, you add it to it as well, but make sure you have a preset ready to go. That way, whenever you are thinking like, oh, I should probably use more stuff, you just load that preset, it's good to go. You don't need to think about it. And even if you aren't going to use half the items there because you're still learning and easing into it and stuff, don't panic. Just take them. And that way, if you do decide, you know what, I'm going to throw a Vuln Bomb this time. I'm going to do it. Watch me, guys. Watch. I'm going to throw this Vuln Bomb. You're going to get in the habit of doing that. It was the same with Ring of Vigor for a lot of people as well. Just take it. Even if you don't use it, eventually you're going to use it because you get more comfortable. You're going to put it on, you're going to go, oh, that wasn't too bad. And then you're going to do it again. And suddenly you're doing it every time without even thinking about it. This is what you should do. Take the stuff. Don't stress out about using it straight away and ease into it slowly. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if it does. I'll try and remember my best to link that video. I'll probably forget. Someone call me out if I do. Our next comment is from Mr. Iddles, or Hunter Sam. For any of you guys in the clan, you'll know him as Hunter Sam. He says, I constantly middle click the screen to move it back and forward about half an inch. No reason at all. Quite a few of you guys commented this, actually. A few other people said the same thing. And what this is if you guys that don't know, right, there's going to be some people who don't know this, you can move your screen with your middle mouse button, the scroll wheel. If you click it in and drag, it moves your screen for you. So you can actually unbind WS, A, and D if you so please to do that. A lot of people still prefer to use that, so it is what it is. But Sam seems to do that a lot, and a lot of other people said this too. I actually think this is a comfort thing, because I do it as well. When I say comfort, I don't mean like, oh, I'm comfortable now. I mean, you're adjusting the camera so that you can prepare better, or you feel like you're lining stuff up. It's like a subconscious thing, at least I think so. That's why I do it. I do it to make sure that things are like, I'm happy with everything where they are. You're constantly updating stuff, constantly adjusting stuff. RuneScape combat, PvP, PVM is very, very busy and very active. So when you've got downtime, it feels like you kind of need to do something, right? And I think that's kind of where the right click comes in as well, but this is more specific to that. Next comment says, examine people I come across. This is something a lot of people do. A lot of people do this. There's one downside to this though, dude. One downside. If you examine a lot of people, you guys will know this, and you've probably done this in the past. When you misclick and press what the frick? When you press request assistance by accident, and then everybody finds out that, oh no, you've just tried to examine that person. You gotta hop worlds. You gotta log out. You gotta do everything. You gotta escape RuneScape. You gotta run and you gotta escape, because holy crap, that is not good. You don't. It's like someone finding out that you're checking them out. That's pretty much what it is. You're checking someone out because you see them. You go, oh, that's override's cool. You get to examine, and instead you're requesting assistance. And why would you be doing that unless you're examining? That's pretty much what this is. Let me know if you've done this, and what did you do if you did do this. I usually hop worlds or quickly teleport away, like, oh crap, this is awkward. You just gotta get out of there. Let me know. Interested. Let's move to the next one. Here we go. Sparty Pants himself. He sprays vulnerability bombs like no one's business. Did I throw one 10 seconds ago? I sure did, but screw it. Have another. So this is an expensive habit to have, Sparty Pants. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty expensive habit. So if you want, you can just, instead of throwing vuln bombs, just bring them to me, trade them to me. I don't mind. I'll take them off of your hands. And it's like you throwing 20 at once, right? You can trade me 20 every time you do a boss kill. No problem. But like I say, this is a ridiculously expensive thing to have. But I can understand it, because if you're like me before you start doing this, you always forget to use your vulnerability bombs. Maybe I should have this habit, because the amount of times on stream people are like, Init, you need to use a vuln bomb. You really need to use a vuln bomb. I do this with vuln bombs, I do it with smoke cloud, I even do it with overloads. So overdoing it and spamming them like crazy, is this why, Sparty Pants? Is this why you do this? To make sure it's on there? It's like a part of your rotation now? If it is, let me know about that one, but I can assume it's probably to make sure you don't have a downtime on it. It just seems like a really expensive thing to have, dude. Holy crap. Next comment says, constantly stalling adrenaline. I bet you do this if you have an adrenaline urn as well, don't you? I bet you do. I'm almost certain that if you have an adrenaline urn, or you have the relic that stops your adrenaline from draining, don't know the name of it, can't remember, but I bet you do this as well with that. I do. I will take a shield, and if I have my adrenaline urn on 1000%, while I'm running to a boss, I will still use defense abilities to stall my adrenaline. Yeah. Some people even do this out of combat. Are you one of those people? Is that what you mean? Is that what you mean? Do you mean you do it out of combat? Let me know in the comments if you're listening to this. But yes, stalling adrenaline is something that I know about as well. You panic that maybe the adrenaline urn's not going to work. Maybe the relic's not going to work. You know it's there. You know it's going to work because you can see it on your screen. You can see the effect, but you've just got to do it because it's a habit that you picked up ages ago. It was a good habit to learn, and having not to do that now just feels wrong. It just feels wrong. You got to surge. You got to use resonance and reflect. You got to use devotion. You've got to make sure you get it done. Otherwise, you're starting that fight without 100% adrenaline, even if you do have an adrenaline urn, apparently. This next comment says, if I'm bored and not doing something intensive like bossing, I examine everything. Even things I've examined 1,000 times before, like my weapon, but more commonly the more interesting things in the terrain. They seem to like working puns a lot. This is true. For any of you guys who don't know this, Jagex hide a lot of puns or a lot of like random examine things into different things. So, like some trees will have different examines to other ones, or examining a cabbage in Drain a Village, I believe, gives a different examine option than a cabbage from anywhere else, like Lumbridge, for example. Or there's just certain things, like a certain rock might say something different. For example, there's a rock behind the Grand Exchange, between the Grand Exchange and Edgeville, I believe, that you can cook on. You can actually cook on it because it's a really hot stone. So you can cook on that. Meaning, if you don't examine stuff, you just don't find out. So this is something that a lot of people do. And also, like I say, there's like not what I say, like Nico says, they hide puns and stuff as well. You'll examine it and it'll give you a little message. You get a little chuckle out of it. If you're just doing something and chilling around, examine stuff. Have a look around. I guarantee at some point you'll find something that is new and unexpected, and you get a little bit of a laugh out of it. Next comment says, buying common materials on the Grand Exchange to save 20 seconds can cost you a lot of gold. Things like pineapple, charcoal, and oranges all can be bought in shops for a fraction of the cost as compared to the Grand Exchange. Pineapples cost 2 coins at the Grand Tree and 600 coins on the Grand Exchange, after which you increase price to instantly buy can be 1k plus before it buys. Holy crap. Okay. Well, first off, I know that I said compared weird. I just accept it. It is what it is. The next thing is, one, why are you buying pineapple, charcoal, and oranges? These are very specific things. Are you buying them to sell them? Is that what you're doing? Or are you buying them for a specific reason that I have no idea why you would be doing that? Let me know, Reckless Frenzy, or if anyone else knows, because Reckless Frenzy may not get this video for a while. I want to know. I have no idea why you would need pineapple, charcoal, and oranges. It sounds like a terrible breakfast. I don't know, but either way, this is true. Yeah, you can buy stuff from shops a lot cheaper. The convenience, you definitely pay for convenience when you use the Grand Exchange on a lot of items like this. So it's a good advice, but I still want to know why you're using pineapple, charcoal, and oranges, because I can't think of any reason. Anyway, yeah. All right, our final comment says, I'm constantly right-clicking even outside of the game. It's insane. So this is the one that I have, and I wanted to include it at the end because other people are doing it too. So many of you guys commented saying that you guys did this too, and also the votes. I believe that on the poll, the vote that had the most votes on it was the option of I right click too. I do the right click thing as well. So that's interesting because when I used to mention it in stream, people don't normally agree, like say that they do it too. This is the odd person, but not as many as I see here. This is insane. So the right-clicking thing, if you play things like MOBAs, I think it probably comes from there a little bit because you're used to right-clicking all the time. For me as well, I think it's like a control thing. I right-click on the screen to know where my mouse is, and two, just to make sure the game's working. Maybe there's like a second where there's nothing happening. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing to keep your brain busy because you like to be active and busy. For example, I enjoy four-ticking on Magic. I enjoy going from my wand to an orb back to my staff, using an ability back to wand and orb, because it keeps my brain busy, it keeps it moving, and it's like satisfying for me. So I think the right-click adds an extra thing to that as well, because I'm just not busy enough at that moment. So I right click and I right click and I right click, and yeah, it's something that I kind of try and cut down a little bit while I'm streaming, especially because it's like, why are you constantly right clicking, dude? Please stop. And I constantly move my camera around, all that sort of good stuff. I think that's what it is. Let me guys know in the comments what you guys think, if you think this is what it is, or if you think there's something else why you do this, or if you just do this in general, or if you do any of the things in this video. I'm gonna end the video here. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Channel members, thank you for the extra support. If you guys want to support me on the channel, just that bit extra so I can keep pushing out this content for you guys, then feel free to join the channel members. You can do that by clicking the join button, by the subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you guys have notifications on. Do you know how many people have notifications on compared to not? Too little. Get them on, guys. Get them on. And you know when the videos go live. You know when the streams go live. For you guys always saying, I can't believe I miss all the streams, click the notification bell. It'll help. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.